Hi there, I've been here all day long trying to do an arrangement that you'll like. If you wanted a fall decoration, I'm going to try to give it to you. But you know, I would really like to have a helper when I'm doing things like this. I should be behind the camera, but I'm in front of it. You can't tell that, but I can. I'm looking at what you're looking at. Now, I'm going to go around the room and show you what I've done so far. Actually, what I've done so far is drag out a bunch of tubs and boxes. I've emptied them. I've had them all over the room. I've gone around. I've pulled them out, put them back in another box. You don't want to hear that. That's just excuses, and I can give you the best excuses of anybody. But we're going to pass on the excuses today because I'm hungry, and what I'm going to eat is sitting on my table. Doesn't look very pretty, but I'll describe it to you. Let's start with the left side of the room where you see a little bookcase full of books. Doesn't mean I've read them, but they're there if anybody is anxious to read some books, because part of them are people like I'm already forgetting. Let me see if I can see their names on the front of the book. Well, it doesn't matter who they're by. Well, there's one that says wait till you hear this one. I think I recognize that book. I think you will too. And if you don't, you can order it from Amazon. Like I said, let's start with the bookcase. Look at all those little milk pictures in the bottom. You know, when you get two of something and you start looking at a third one, you've started a collection. Well, that's what I did. They go from about 4-inch on up to about a 10-inch. One or two of them are not in there. But I've got my books, the kind I like to read, and I think you would like them too. So the bookcase itself is not a real bookcase. It's what they used to call a bucket bench. Now, if you lived on a farm, you know what a bucket bench is. Most of you lived in the city say, what do you do with a bucket bench? Just exactly what it says. You set buckets on it. But those buckets held milk. This bucket bench is at least 125 years old. I've had it, 40 years of that. I love that bucket bench. It's just one of those handmade things that you just can't replace, and you know that's true. So anyway, that's my bucket bench. The next thing is my old radio. Found that old radio sitting on the side of the road. Somebody was selling it. They had stripped it, but they had partially stripped it. Doesn't have a radio inside. And you can see at the bottom it's got legs, but I hit my brakes. I had to take a second look at that, and I bought it. Well, you would have too if it was just $12. So at the time, Jan had a father-in-law who did woodworking, and he took the radio and he finished it for me, and it's got beautiful wood in different styles of wood all over the radio. Just wish it had a radio. Let's go on around. There's my little drop leaf table with a cabinet on the back. It's the one I keep all of my tomato products in when they're not out on display. But I forgot to tell you that's a TV on top of the radio in case you don't recognize it. it wouldn't be there if the man that put it in hadn't attached it to the wall. Why do you have to attach my TV to the wall? I don't like TVs in the living room. I don't want people walking in and the first thing I have to do is turn on the TV. I'd like to have it sitting in the bedroom. In fact, I'd slide it under the bed when I'm not watching it if I could. But see, doesn't it make it a beautiful decoration? Yeah, I know you're going to say yes because you're going to be nice. Let's go on around the room. We're not going to look at this down here yet. Let's go this way. Oh, I've got a candle lit. Look at my ducks. Love my ducks. There's another one over here on the other side. Got the ducks at an auction real cheap. And I really like them. So I'm going to move. Oh, and don't look at the credenza in the back where the window is, because the credenza right now is just holding things that I got out and put it on top of the credenza for a place to set them till I get ready to use them. So nothing is in order, nothing is in its place. It's just there till I get to it to put it somewhere. But the two cranberry lamps, I know you're going to notice those. They're beauties. Okay, and by the way, I made the curtains, but they haven't been washed in so long that next time they get washed, there's going to be a replacement. Won't even bother washing them. Okay, you see my two ducks here. Yeah, they're kind of hard to see, aren't they? Okay, I'm going to go around my tripod, get on the other side so I can direct the camera. Okay, just wait for me. All right. Look at this. Take a look at this. That took a lot of work. That's a great big wide open basket. And see my little, what do you call those little dolls? I forget what they're called. They've got a name, but that's the one I found at Home Goods. And it's the only one I had, and I grabbed it. But see all my fruits and my pumpkins and all that stuff that makes fall look like fall. All the little berries and things. Let's see what else I've got. I don't know if there's anything there that's outstanding except the little fella sitting up on top of the fruit. But I think he's cute and he's going to stay there for a while. In the background, you see my corner cupboard. Well, I don't have a whole lot in it right now because I'm in the process of rearranging. To be honest with you, I'm always rearranging. Nothing's ever in the right place. This is one of my china cabinets with the glass in front. I've got two of those, and they're full of glass. Okay, more pumpkin, more pumpkin. Here's a little turkey there at the bottom. But this is my credenza, where you see this. And this is the basket at the bottom. You can see a little bit of it. It's really pretty if you get out in front of it. Now take a look at the lace on that scarf. Don't you love it? It's old and it's coming loose in one or two places, but I don't care. I like it well enough to use it anyway. The lamp belongs to Jan. It's a beautiful lamp, and I wish the pheasant wasn't right in front of it so you could see the base of it. The little cabinet on the wall I found at an antique shop, and it was so cute I couldn't resist it. It holds miniatures. Got several miniatures. All right. The platter, that is a huge platter. It is very heavy. I found it at an estate sale. And I think everything I bought at that estate sale I paid $5 for. Each one, that is. So there are my candles. Don't worry, my candles are not going to catch anything on fire. Everybody always says watch their candles. Don't let them burn down. Catch house on fire. I'm looking now to make sure everything's okay. All right. This is the cabinet you'd love. It's my Hoosier cabinet. The top part is that has the glass doors. It had white buttermilk paint on it and got it stripped and finished. And the bottom one is a maple. The top is oak, the bottom is maple. I've told this story before, time and time again, but there's some of you that haven't heard it yet, and we want to make sure everybody knows. I left one door open so you could see. Let me move my camera up. I want you to see the top too. Kind of nice, isn't it? Those are my beer mugs. Those beer mugs date back 100 years. Yep. Everything's either 100 years, 50 years, or I bought it last week. There in the bottom shelf is Mama's old milk pitcher. My brother was a baby, 1921. She ordered that from Sears and Roebuck. The one in the middle is one I bought, about 30 or 40 years ago. Everything I think I bought was 30 or 40 years ago. I don't buy much anymore. But I love my yellowware. You can see they're stacked inside each other. In fact, that pumpkin's not supposed to be sitting in that bowl because it's got 3 more little bowls inside there. I moved it out of the way, but anyway, there's 3 more bowls there. And you can see the ones on the end. I love the one with the green trim. I think you would like it too. You don't have to be fond of country stuff to like these old antiques. I'm going to look again because I like the top of that cabinet. Okay, let's go back down. And we're at the maple table at the bottom that has the sow belly drawers. Some of you don't know what a sow belly drawer is. Well, that's what it is right there. It's the one that's rounded at the bottom. You know what a sow belly is. I don't have to describe that to you. Let's see, let's go on around. Now the picture has some kind of a glare, but it's you can tell it's been painted. And I got it at Goodwill for $15. Now that's a pretty good sized picture and a good looking frame. And whether it's worth anything or not, I like it. And I'm thinking one of these days after I'm gone, somebody's going to say, oh, this was painted by a famous painter. It's worth $200,000. That's when, well, I don't know if they'll pull me out of my grave or not because they just might decide to cremate me. We'll wait and see on that. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. I've got a story about that chair. Well, it's not just that chair. It's 6 chairs. One of these days, I'm going to get around to telling you how I got those chairs. I already had the table, cherry table. And Jan and my friend Sandy, we were in Indiana shopping. I don't want to go any farther than that because I'll start telling the story. But found these chairs. They went perfect with my table, and the upholstery was in perfect condition. It was right shade of yellow. This stand I've had at least 40 years. It's one of those, I don't know if it holds pots or if it holds milk, what am I trying to say, milk pitchers, or I forget what else, the yellowware, I guess. So right now you can see I've got these straw little bundles and a piggies on the second shelf, and that goes on down, but I've had it a long time too. I've had everything a long time. Gosh, they're getting almost as old as I am. There's my umbrella stand. Jen and I both been giving some thought to getting rid of our umbrellas because we've had them so long we don't use them for anything. They just sit in the umbrella stand. But that umbrella stand is very unique. It's very, very nice, and I wouldn't part with it because it's very different. I've never seen one like it. Now I'm getting on around. I'm going to have to get up and use my tripod so you can see things. See if I can explain all this to you. I wanted to take the redware, the tomato red, out of the shelves and put something more fall looking, but I got to thinking, that's an awful lot of work. I don't think I want to work that hard. They'll just have to look at them. So I'm going to have to hold the camera back because I want you to see what's on the table. Let's see if I can move it on around. Now, most of you are going to recognize my Jewel Tea Autumn Leaf dishes. Now, I got a whole bunch of that stuff, and I wanted to use it, but it just didn't seem to work. So I started using other things with it. Now, I've set this table, and you see the little plate of cups? You've seen that before. I just love to make that arrangement, and these cups work perfectly for it. So I don't know, it's got about 10 cups on it. This is the teapot and the creamer. There's the coffee cup saucers. You've got your little stack of saucers. You've got your cups. You've got your coffee or tea and cream pitcher. Now, let's go on around, see what else I can come up with. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Let's see. See my false Doria? I've got 2 glasses on. The glass with the lemon is your either water glass or tea glass, whichever you want it to be. My flower arrangements in the center of the table got a nice little bird right on top. A few little pumpkins around here and there. And that's the centerpiece. Of course, I've got a couple of candles. Let me go on around. Now, over in the corner is a kitchen chair with my chest on it and a picture frame, because I couldn't find any place to hang the picture frame, so I just set it down on the chair. It's a pretty picture. It's been hand painted too. But you see more of the Jewel Tea. See the autumn leaf pattern? Those are used for soup. I've got soup too, And this is that long tray you see that look like little sandwich bread. They're miniature slices. You'll see them in the grocery store in a little package, and they're just great with cheeses and spreads and things. And I happen to have that beautiful long butter dish that happened to have belonged to Greer Garson. Now, it doesn't have the lid on it because I'm using it for something else. But I put the little bread, sandwich bread miniatures in there, and they fit perfectly, work just right. Let's go on around. We're going to get around to the place setting. There's my soup cubs. And that big plate it's on has a pedestal to it. If you remove those 4 cups, it has that golden orange look. It's just beautiful. And I used to have some dishes, the same pattern and everything, but they were clear with colored flowers. Broke 3 of them. I just wasn't meant for me to keep them. Now let's go on to this. Okay, let me see if I can get it on there right. That's the small Astoria glass, and it's got the sorbet in it. I love a sorbet when I go somewhere nice and fancy to eat, and that's the first thing they set on the table, and it's so good. So, if you see my tablecloth, it's a plaid tablecloth, and it's got a lace crocheted tablecloth. Let's see, on around. Oh, there's my rooster right in the floor. It's hard to find a place to put somebody like him. I'm going to go on around. There are my chairs. There's Fostoria. Can you see it? I don't know which direction to go. There we go. It's full of Fostoria. It's full of my English Abbey red and white china. I've got a lot of that stuff. I'm going to move on around. Oh, look at this flower arrangement in the floor. Take a look at that. Well, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my chickens. Hold on. I'm going to show you my chickens. Gotta raise my tripod. Look there. Aren't those the cutest things you've saw? I just love them. I don't need any more of them, but I'll tell you what. If I come across one I like, temptation comes first. But I just want you to see it. And the painting on the back is one of those famous master paintings, and I just love it. It's probably my favorite one. So, okay, let me see if I'm about finished. I think so. There's the big orange pot. Now I'm going to turn a little bit. I'm holding the tripod, trying to keep it as balanced as I can. Now you've seen these before. I broke several of these. Cried when I broke those. Just couldn't do without them. We're going to bypass the kitchen. You don't need to see anything in the kitchen. Okay, there's my Fiesta ware, my chandelier. A chandelier. Can you see the little bubble that's in the background? Some of them are fluttering. Okay. Another thing I want you to see, my chickens. My little hens and the little salt cellars. Don't you like them? Okay, let me back up a little bit. See if I can get a picture of the table while I'm holding this. Oh, okay. Right there is my rice and egg rolls. You can't tell much about them. Got egg noodles on top. But that, I'm going to heat them up and eat them for supper. Going to drink my sorbet. And here's my, see the little pitcher with the handle? That holds my bourbon sauce that I'm going to pour over my chicken. The chicken's on top of the rice and the egg rolls. And there's some peas and carrots and things in there too. Now, I think you might like to look at the place setting. Soup spoon, regular spoon, knife, the 2 forks. They're there for whatever you happen to be eating that you can use a fork. But I've got my chargers. The chargers are in, I don't know what color you would call them. They're not orange, they're not rust. They're just a really good color that brings all the other colors together. I like using my Fostoria American and my sorbet glass is sitting in a tiny little dish. Then there's the bread and butter dish. See my turquoise plate, that's what you call a salad plate. And the bottom one with the 8 sides to it, it's white. And that is my Independence. I've had so many sets of those and got rid of most of them, but I've probably got another 75 plates in different patterns. They come in very handy when you're decorating and you want a change of the shape of your plate. The Independent pattern is just right. My napkin, of course, I've got lots and lots of napkins. They usually came with your beautiful cut work tablecloth. Now you can see the edge of this table. You see the lace. It just hurts me in a way when I see something like that being sold in a Goodwill store or in an estate sale. When I look at it and I think how many hours and hours some little old lady had spent making that. And one of those little old ladies was my mother. She was a little girl when she learned to crochet, and she crocheted the rest of her life. And for some strange reason, there aren't many of those crochet pieces around anymore, but I happen to have the dining room tablecloth, and this is not it, but they're very similar. But I do love the crochet tablecloth. I think you can see I tried to combine my colors to make everything pan out, match. And I'll get a little closer. I want you to see the whole table if you can, if I don't fall over my own feet. My chair's in the way. Now, see if I can get it. I can't get back far enough. Credenza's behind me. But that, see, you can see the chicken on top of my rice. And those are the egg rolls, and I love egg rolls. So that's going to be my supper tonight, and tomorrow night, and the next night. And who knows if I can handle it. I'll even eat it a 4th night. But I just love those little bread cubes. They go so good for snacks and hors d'oeuvres and things. So, you didn't get to see my Fiesta ware. It's coffee pot. People, I suppose, use it for either a coffee pot or a teapot. I think it works well for a teapot. So, I'm going to get some of that little bourbon sauce you see right there, and I'm going to pour it over my rice. It's already cooked, everything's cooked. It just needs to be reheated, and that's no problem for me. I don't mind eating something like that. So, I'll turn around again, give you one more look at, keep coming. Oh, that right there, that's my hallway. See, that's where I threw everything when I got through. Okay. Now, I can't get back far enough. I just want you to see how pretty this looks. See the ducks? See all the fruit, the berries. And it's gonna stay up a while. I'm not taking it down when Christmas comes. I'll just add some glitter. See that lace? Can you imagine hand making that? Okay. Let's get right in the center. What do you think? Kinda nice, isn't it? It took me 2 days to put that together, and I hope you like it well enough to give it 2 minutes to look at it. And I'm going to leave it up a few days. In fact, I don't have a reason for taking it down. It looks good just right where it is. I've got 2 credenzas. They're long and they're so handy for decorating. So you can see the other credenza in the background. See where the window, where the pink, well, stay still. Okay, there, the little fella, isn't he cute? Okay, folks, that's all you're gonna see today. I hope it satisfies you enough to say, yeah, you enjoyed it. It may not be to some people's taste, but I just put a little this together and that together, and eventually I come up with something I like. Got a lot of pumpkins lying around my house. Thank goodness they don't rot. Yeah, I don't buy the kind that rots. And I don't buy the kind of apples that rot because I let them rot. Thank you for watching me. Let me know what you think. I appreciate whatever you have to say. Don't just compliment me just to be nice. Tell me the truth. And I'll be talking to you later. Thank you.